Good morning, gamers. This is SomniaSky, and welcome back to more Let's Play Persona 5 Royal. Our arrest, which occurred all the way back at the beginning of the game, well, we finally caught up to our recollection, and the past became the present, and we managed to awake inside to true justice. In this episode, we now know the name of our target. Now all we need to do is find a way into his palace. Before I go to sleep for the night, I kind of want to talk to people.
Sorry.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of insane to imagine that this plan was something that they went through all on their own, but I guess the Phantom Thieves are pretty clever. Yeah. So, even though all of that just happened, generally...
It looked like it, but everyone else was risking their lives too. Though there's no doubt you were the most at risk. I mean, you actually got arrested. But it seems like all the drugs and stuff made you forget the details of the plan. Want me to explain how it all went down? It might take a bit.
You know, I don't think I've ever actually seen this, because I kind of already knew. Sure, go for it.
Since the rest of us didn't get captured, we had to act. We had to pretend we never wanted you to get arrested. Pretend the suicide news was a real shock. Basically, we had to act like we didn't know anything, 24/7. The enemy knows who we are, so we couldn't let our guard down even once while you were gone. If they had people watching us and realized what our plan was, they would have killed you immediately. Want to hear more? Another tough part was figuring out how to get Sai Nijima and Akechi back from the metaverse. In order to return to reality, you have to go back to the point where you came into the metaverse. So, Sai and Akechi had to go through where the nav was activated, as in, the hall where they met. Akechi would just come back the same way after the assassination. The real issue was Sai Nijima. We needed to stop her for a moment before she headed back toward the interrogation room. But nothing can be sent to a phone inside a palace. So, I had to program the messages in beforehand. In doing so, I made it seem like the messages were coming at that exact moment in time. That part was kinda last minute, so I had to pull an all-nighter trying to get it set up. I'm really on a roll here. Wanna hear some more? Let me see. Another problematic thing was... Oh yeah, tying Akechi up. That was really tough. I obviously don't mean the real Akechi. Even if we could do that, it would ruin our plan. The one we had to tie up was Sai Nijima's cognitive Akechi. This part's really complicated. I know you're tired. You sure you want to hear all of this now? Well, we needed to lure Akechi into Sai Nijima's palace and have him kill the cognitive version. But Akechi would have entered the palace immediately after meeting Sai Nijima in the hallway, right? Because of that, there was a pretty decent chance he'd run into the cognitive Akechi. And if that happened, Akechi would have totally realized we'd lured him into the palace. Nobody actually even thought of this possibility until the night before the assassination. Makoto realized in the middle of the night, and it was a huge mess trying to figure out what to do. In the end, we chose to sneak into the metaverse while the plan was happening to tie up the cognition. Because you told Sae to show him the phone, we expected her to chat with him for at least a bit. So, we had a few minutes to strike after the cognitive Akechi showed up, but before the nav activated. It was Operation Tie Him Up, though it wasn't really much of an operation in the end. Thankfully, Sai Nijima didn't know his true nature, so the one that appeared was an ordinary kid. It was pretty simple surrounding him, knocking him out, and tossing him on another floor. But man, watching Makoto's skill was super amazing. I guess she does use Knuckles as her weapon. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, appreciate what everyone else did. I just can't help but rant when I'm talking about stuff that interests me. Sorry about that. Just focus on resting up. You don't have to worry about anything else. And seriously, well done.
Okay, yeah. I guess that's there to address some of the more prominent plot holes with what that all went down with. Because that definitely wasn't there in the original game. So, yeah, I guess that answers a lot of people's questions as to how it all ended up working out. Because those are some pretty big points that they made there. But anyway, yeah, as you can imagine, we're not going outside, so it's time to sleep.
Back then.
Guess you won't be going to school for a while. Don't worry about it. This'll be a breeze compared to what we've had to face so far. And we'll have all the time to come up with the plans together. To be perfectly honest, I don't really care what happens to Shido, one way or the other. But when I consider the fact that he's your enemy, I naturally think he's my enemy as well. I'm going to stay with you until the very end. Well then, we should get to sleep. You know, something that Futaba said before, when you were in a pinch in the palace, she picked up a reading of someone who came to your rescue. Was that... So it was Yoshizawa. Then we'd better let her know you're safe now. And I'll even lend you a hand with that.
There's no point in even having an election. Shido's gonna win.
Of course, he's the only reliable politician there is. Plus, the current government has been getting wrapped up in scandal after scandal. Even more importantly, there's just an aura about him. Like he can fix whatever problems we have.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me who does it. I just want to see our society back on track. Especially after it turned out those phantom thieves were nothing more than scum in the end.
We'll show you.
Have you guys figured out the keyword to Shido's palace yet? I've tried all sorts of stuff, but no luck so far. It is hard to understand the thought process of a criminal mastermind like him. You know, I've been wondering, if he's been behind all of those mental shutdowns, doesn't that mean all the weird accidents from these past few years were his fault? Like that subway accident back in April? Now that you mention it, that accident lost the Minister of Transport his job. Wait, are you trying to say Shido caused that accident? But it's the subway! Does it not care at all about innocent lives? This man seems to be truly unbelievable. Supposedly there are still tons of victims from that in the hospital even now. Masayoshi Shido, how many has he killed over the years? How could we ever understand what goes on in the mind of such a horrible man? Hey, wouldn't it be faster if we just go there and try to think about it on site? Let's try that. If we're going to go, I'd like Ren-kun to join, but... will that be okay? Won't somebody spot him there? We'll probably figure out the keyword in no time once we're there. Plus, I could throw off anyone who trails us with my blazing speed. Alright, let's have Ren-kun join us then. Remember though, we're going with the intent of not being seen. Okay, well, let's meet in front of the Diet Building and force that bastard's palace open.
Alright, let's head to the Diet Building. Make sure you aren't discovered, okay?
You going out? You gotta be kidding me. You realize you're done for if you get caught, right? Ugh. Just... the stunts you pull sometimes. Just don't stay out too late.
Akechi isn't here.
Let's begin at once. Police cars are making rounds, so we can't stay here too long. We already have Masayoshi Shido and Diet Building. All we need is what he thinks of this place.
Maybe Mount Fuji, since it's the highest place in the country?
Conditions have not been met.
What about a mansion?
Conditions have not
Since
been
he's
met.
going to subjugate everyone as Prime Minister, perhaps a school?
Conditions have
What
not
about
been
an arena, like the Colosseum?
met. Conditions have
Imperial
not been met.
Palace?
Conditions have not been met.
It's no good. I thought we would have gained entry by now. Maybe we shouldn't have called you here.
Hey, you think he's guarding his whole palace with a barrier? Shido stole the cognitive science research, right? Well, maybe it had some special move written in it.
Is that even possible?
Who knows? I've got no idea.
There was nothing like that in the notes I saw.
Anyways, what kind of person is Shido? I can't figure him out.
I did some light research on him last night, but I couldn't get a grasp on the type of man he is.
That man over there is probably a legislator, right? I'll try asking him. Excuse me, I'm a member of the newspaper club at my high school. May I speak with you for a moment?
Sure.
What kind of person is Representative Shido? What's he think about the national diet?
His stance is dedication for country. It's how he's garnered everyone's trust. He's an admirable man of action, with a first-class determination. I'd say he's a model politician. I believe that he'll help create a wonderful future in which young adults like you can live in ease.
An exemplary answer.
It makes sense he wouldn't tell teenagers anything unnecessary.
Look over there. He's on a walkie-talkie.
Wait, is it about us?
That doesn't look good.
We should leave at once. Tomorrow's the day off, so let's have an early strategy meeting. Meet at LeBlanc, okay?
We should all think about this tonight.
The criminals calling themselves the Phantom Thieves are no more. However, I believe that this country's citizens are still living their days in anxiety. These scandals only increase our distrust of the current government. As a citizen myself, I am enraged.
Look who's talking.
What does it mean to be a politician with responsibility? Working toward personal gain without consideration of the country is outrageous.
The election's public notification is tomorrow. But no matter where I go, people are cheering for Shido.
Everyone's being deceived so easily.
I tried looking up Shido's interviews up online. They all sound so goddamn fake. I checked his profile as well, but I couldn't find much outside of his title and education. He's currently 53 years old and has gone from being a metropolitan assemblyman to a representative. Though he is a cabinet minister, he split from the ruling party to form the United Future Party. Shido's a cabinet member? Or cabinet minister? For real? He was specially appointed to the position. That's his current title. Apparently, he also won a contest for who people would most like to have as their boss. Even the news sites write about him as though he's assured to become the Prime Minister. If only we could find out the meaning behind Shido's words.
In order to save this country that has been tainted by villains, social reform is essential.
Ugh.
Shido's reputation is truly astronomical. It's preposterous. This isn't the popularity level of a normal politician anymore. What's so great about him? I seriously don't get it. He's a strong leader who protects his citizens, well, supposedly. Is everyone blind? We'll just need to shed light on who he really is. And by the way, is it okay if my sister joins us tomorrow? She's hoping she can be of help as well. Fine by me. Okay, I'll tell her that. Okay, we'll figure out the keywords tomorrow for sure. Unfortunately, while we're still dealing with all of this, we can't quite leave LeBlanc yet. It won't last for long though, so don't worry. I guess I've been glossing over this, but over these next couple of days, any confidant you manage to make it to max level with will contact you to make sure that you're still alive and okay. The exception to this is Kawakami, who will always contact you regardless because she's your teacher, but her conversation notes will differ depending on how far you've gotten along in her confidant route. If you've made it all the way, then she'll just, you know, confirm that you're alive, but otherwise she'll just say, make sure you're not in any trouble or something like that. I don't really remember the details, and it really doesn't matter. I'm not entirely sure if Yoshida contacts you, because he might be busy with the election, but pretty much everyone else will. Except, I also don't think Maruki will either. Well, most of your confidants will contact you.
Last one. Diamond mine.
No good.
How many do we miss?
Perhaps he truly does have a barrier up.
Right?
That's not something to be excited about.
We know all the way up to Diet Building, too.
So you enter keywords into the Metaverse Navigator.
Boss, can you turn the TV on? Shido might be on it.
Sure thing.
Goro Akechi.
Him and his stupid composed face.
So, Akechi-san, is it true you withdrew yourself from the media as part of your plan to capture the Phantom Thieves?
I truly apologize for causing such a stir. Honestly, it required a lot of courage to openly oppose them when their popularity was at its peak. I mean, people often lashed out at me online and whatnot.
Then was it also your plan when you said they weren't at fault after their popularity declined?
That was to catch them off guard. I could say I applied my profiling knowledge. Once they lost public support, someone they thought was their greatest enemy lent a hand. That's the same strategy used in romance, wouldn't you agree?
Why is he being treated as an ace detective of justice?
It's not just on TV or online. Newspapers, magazines. I see his face everywhere.
On the other hand, no one's hoping for our comeback on the fan site. Like, at all.
The Phantom Thieves are evil. Shido and Akechi are just. It should be the other way around.
They're manipulating information using the media.
Leaving Akechi aside, we'll get back at him later. Our main issue is Shido.
Were there any instances before when you didn't know the palace keywords?
Well, there was the time with Futaba.
We didn't know anything about her, so all we could do was make conjectures.
Then why don't we just go directly and see Shido?
That's impossible. He's surrounded by bodyguards and followers all the time.
There's no way high school students can get an appointment with him either.
Well, we do have an adult with us.
No, that's still impossible. Besides, that's too dangerous a method.
Well, this is a problem.
What's with the ruckus outside?
To everyone gathered before Yongin Jaya Station.
Isn't that an election campaign car?
Oh, right! The candidates are currently campaigning.
I apologize for the commotion. I am Masayoshi Shido.
Wait, did he just say Shido?
Yeah, he did!
Man, talk about being lucky! We can go check him out without an appointment now!
Hey, Ryuji ran off toward the station. This way. Hurry! By the way, did something happen? You didn't seem well a moment ago.
Now is the time to rebuild this crumbling nation. Our government is littered with scandals, and criminals have taken a strong foothold in our society. Such a disgraceful past must be discarded. We must set sail into a new future of dreams and hope. so our children who carry the burden of the next generation can be proud of their country. So our nation can once again become a powerful one with abundant wealth and luxury. So our beautiful home will be acknowledged as the best country in the world. I humbly ask that you cast your vote for me, Masayoshi Shido. Let us all set sail toward a happy future, together. I hope to continue serving you all.
Is that the guy? You guys wait here. I'll go get intel for us.
Wait!
Hey! Yo, Shido-san!
Stand back.
I just want to talk to him for a sec.
He's a busy man.
The hell? Ain't he supposed to hear a citizen's comments?
That's enough, Brad.
You're that asshole we met at the hotel before, at the elevators. Oh, I'm sorry. So you can butt in front of other people if you're in a hurry?
What are you talking about?
That moron! Come on, stop!
But these guys...
Hey, kid. You don't want to know what happens when you cross me. It seems the customer base has changed since I was here last. Have they started a daycare? This ain't a show. Get lost, kid. Damn brat! I'll sue! What are you looking at? This country is filled with clueless children. I worry for Japan's future. Let them go. My next appointment is coming up.
What a piece of shit. So what do you think after seeing him in person? Wait, he's the jerk you told us about before? The same guy? For real? Seriously?
You're sure, aren't you? Shido's the one who ruined your life.
Holy shit. I don't believe it.
Let's get going, okay?
Shido's the guy who set you up?
What kind of fate brought you two back together?
Talk about a destined connection.
Shido was involved in the cognitive research too, right? This can't be dismissed as just a coincidence.
God, what the hell's going on here?
Shido was already a politician then. Yet he sued a student and ruined his future? He must have pulled some strings so that his name wouldn't be mentioned. Furthermore, he also would have had to force that woman into making a false statement.
He would do anything. We're talking about a man who ordered a hit inside the police station.
He can't sit still until he crushes whoever opposes him, no matter how trivial. He's always been that way.
What a piece of shit. Children are the future, my ass! What he's saying and doing are completely different!
But now that we found out who did it, can't something be done about his record?
Once the courts have made a judgment, overturning that decision will be difficult. It'd barely be possible even if proof of innocence is presented and Shido admits to his crimes.
At any rate, we need to trigger a change of heart in him.
Be that as it may, Shido's outer appearance and his true face are wholly different. It's beyond hypocritical. It's as if he's an entirely different person.
He speaks about the good of the country. It makes me wonder what really is on his mind.
That man's full of ambition to rise in the world. He only thinks of the weak as stepping stools for his success.
He treats himself as an elite man while looking down on others. the worst.
I assume the keyword for what he believes the Diet Building is will be despicable too.
It must be something self-centered and completely different from politics.
Someone like him needs to be punished as soon as possible.
Let's head to the Diet Building again right after school tomorrow. I feel we'll get it this time.
Stewing over it won't get anywhere. We have to do this. Security guards became suspicious of us last time, so we can't stay here for long.
But we still have no hit.
Think it's a barrier after all?
Where'd your enthusiasm from yesterday go?
Ah, shut up. The real game starts at 2 outs.
Enough chatting. You should only be thinking about the keyword.
The citizens are secondary. He only cares about his own well-being and that of his lackeys.
He wants to become Prime Minister, even if it means trampling on others.
Fortune, rich people.
Hey, can you think of anything based on what you've heard from him? Just try saying anything. It doesn't matter if you guess.
Incompetent fools like you just need to shut your mouths and follow where I steer this country.
Steer? It was a match?
What? The Diet Building's a ship? What kind of scenery will that be? The actual building's on land.
I can't even begin to imagine what it will be like.
Well, whatever it is, looks like there are no barriers.
Oh, shut up! Let's hurry up and go in.
Are we clear of the guard's sight?
Get closer to the wall just in case. All right, do it.
Did anything change? We went in, right?
Security guards seem to be gone, but it's difficult to tell for certain. This seems to be similar to what happened with Sis's palace.
But this time, the Diet Building remains unchanged.
The gate wasn't open earlier, though.
Wait, look! Mona's appearance is different.
That means we're definitely in a palace.
Come on, let's go take a look.
How's it look over there? See anything?
Nah, it's totally normal.
I'll check it out. Huh?
What the heck?
What's up, Futaba? Futaba?
What is it?
The hell?
Huh? This country may sink, he alone will survive. That's what this cognition is about, huh?
This is bullshit! A country that children can be proud of my ass is completely sunken in his head. If a guy like this stands above everyone, we're seriously done for.
This is beyond ridiculous.
The same goes for Akechi. He should have seen this scenery as well. Yet he still aided Shido.
What in the world is he thinking?
Whether it be for glory or for simply a reward, my father died because of someone like this.
We gotta sink Shido instead of this country.
A palace with not just the center of the distortion, but the entire country sunken. I can't believe there's someone with this tremendous of a desire. Be careful. This will be completely different from past palaces.
We're definitely gonna take his treasure. All right.
We must put an end to this by December 17th, the day before the elections.
Let the infiltration begin. Time to pay him back for setting us up into a trap.
Wait.
This is Shido's cruise ship. And our infiltration has finally begun with one of the most distorted palaces we've seen. Not even Futaba's, who had like this huge-ass desert in the middle of it, can come close to the fact that this guy sees the whole of Japan as being underwater. So let's take a peek inside. I was a little quiet for a bit there because the music in here is very good. Oh, also, I suppose I should rearrange my party a little bit. It should be fairly obvious as to why, but Akechi is no longer in the party. Would be very awkward if he still was.
Indeed.
Masayoshi Shido's palace. I wonder what awaits us within. Let's go find out. It's time to begin our infiltration. I understand why he might already see us as a threat, but why are even the passengers wearing masks? You think they're trying to be Phantom Thieves like Noir with that beauty thief stuff? That's quite enough.
It looks like...
Whatever the reason, it reflects Shido's mentality. Surely he doesn't view others normally.
You're right.
Given the insane nature of his distortion, I'm surprised they even look like people.
Listen up.
It's very likely we'll end up in battles from here on forward. Be on your guard, everyone. Alright, well let's head on upstairs. It's not really a whole lot of anywhere to go, so... Uh-oh.
What?
Joker, an enemy. Ugh, it's attacking us with all these people around? Alright, we've got a new enemy here, the Guard Dog of Hades, also known as Cerberus. Well, it's not a dog. Actually, it kind of does look a little bit like a dog. I mean, it looks more like a lion, but I guess... Anyway, this guy is weak to ice, and will drain fire, so don't use fire on him. Whenever it gets up to Yusuke's turn, that has been missing so often lately. Honestly, it's getting irritating. Anyway, let's put his ass to the ground with ice. We're now getting to the point where our mini-bosses are just regular enemies. Ow. Do I have something with ice on Joker? Something that, you know, has the usual immunities. Mabufu. Well, it's better than nothing.
You're mine.
Ooh, Joker, you're looking cool.
We are getting close to the point in the game where being impervious to all forms of physical attack isn't necessarily the way you want to handle things. We're actually getting pretty close to the point where you might want to consider taking in personas meant for offense on Joker rather than pure defense, since now we have so much HP that we're probably going to be fine. Maybe. Anyway, Megaton raid this guy and we'll get him down. This is especially true if you've been working on the twins or Yoshida or anything like that. You could get your hands on some pretty powerful personas that are way above your level. And there's no reason for you not to have done the twins by now. You should be at rank 10 with them at this point. So, same goes with Yoshida. So at this point, honestly, when it comes to what I'm doing with my Joker setup, the gloves are off.
To keep his guests entertained.
Although Yoshitsune is still banned.
Indeed, those privileged enough to be on this ship are all on the winning team.
What is with these people? Why do they not feel any danger after what they just witnessed?
It seems they think no harm will come to them because they're here on Shido's ship.
They're not even sensing the danger. Come on, let's make him see what the ship really is.
I believe there are still enemies around. Hypothetically. Yeah, there's a guard dog somewhere around here. Potentially even one of Hades. But let's not worry about that for now. Let's look around and gaze at all of these genuinely kind of creepy posters. Oh, I like the onomatopoeia they have for the megaphones, where it's just like blare, blare. I believe they're playing Shido's campaign speech.
I'll reveal your true form.
Oh, would you look at that? I was right. Let's see. We need to find a way upstairs, and I think I kind of went clean the wrong way for that, but, yeah, you know, sometimes you take ill-advised maneuvers, and you have to ambush this enemy because there's no other way. Ooh, a rare item. Thank you for showing that, Futaba. This is Dakini, the bloodthirsty demoness. Let's see. Dakini has no weaknesses, which is something you kind of might have to get used to for the rest of the game, really. They're also immune to guns, so don't try and shoot them either. Let's see. Unfortunately, I did get rid of the forget skill on Makoto because I just needed more other things, so really all we have left to us is beating the tar out of her, so let's inflict a maximal amount of violence. It's a bit of a turning point in the game now, where a lot of our strategies might end up shifting a little bit further away from knocking down an all-out attack and a little bit more towards just raw offense, which is fine. I guess we could have also used a down shot, but you only really get those 3 per infiltration, so not super worth my while. Anyway, let's head on up this way. We gotta hide a little bit here because there's a dog enemy. Hold still. Down, boy. Man, we're not even on mission start, and I'm already having to introduce a lot of new enemies. This is Sarasvati, the strumming Vina player. This one's weak to nuclear. Looks like. So, let's give him a good old taste of a nice, healthy dose of radiation. Try not to dig into that one too much. And then we finish this off with a nice big Kufudine. And finish them. Oh wow. Okay, fine. Join me. Might as well get you on my team. You're already higher level than I am, so.
You've got a new mask, Joker.
Not that I still need chariot personas, but you know, at this point I have like what, 2 confidants left, so it doesn't really matter what arcana I'm picking up these days. Definitely though, if you're playing casually, you're not going to be as far along on these as I am. Not even remotely close, so. Anyway.
This is...
I can sense the treasure's presence. It's that way. Let's go, guys. So the treasure, it seems, is like basically dead ahead of us. Will the game let me divert?
Hey.
No. Well, you could tell what was in that direction, but fuck me, am I right? I hate it when the game does this.
These huge doors are obviously suspicious. Wonder what's through here.
There's slots to stick in something like a key card. Whoa, there's 5 of them.
475 people in favor, 0 against.
I hear something.
Since there is no one against the plan,
fast? What's going on? Was that Shiro's voice?
If this truly is the representatives' chamber as written, beyond here must be the main assembly hall.
The what now?
It's that large conference room that's usually seen on the news.
Oh, that thing! Gotcha. So, what are they doing inside?
Most likely a meaningless vote, one in which whatever Shido proposes will always go unopposed.
So he's doing whatever he wants by keeping only his supporters in there.
What do we do to get in, though? Should we find these keycards?
Maybe we need some kind of qualification. One that vows to be his follower or swear loyalty.
So basically, we need to prove that we're on his side.
You sure move on quick.
But what's this qualification thing about?
Why don't we ask the guests on this ship?
That thought never crossed my mind.
Asking around doesn't sound like a bad idea. The guests here are the cognitive versions of them in Shido's mind. They'll know any secrets he shared.
True. You have a point.
That said, the ruler here is that evil Shido. It wouldn't surprise me if they did turn hostile.
Right. Yeah, wouldn't they attack us?
We should prepare for the worst, of course. But I think we'll at least be able to talk to them. This ship is most likely an ark loaded with those that Shido believes are worth keeping alive. It'd explain the luxury cruise ship. I doubt idiots who can't even hold a conversation would be here.
We can at least gather information. It helps that everyone's wearing masks. We'll blend in even with our attire.
He must believe that no one shows their true face to anyone else. Just like him. Well then, let's split up and ask around. Well then.
It looks like everyone's taken off to go gather intel. There's no doubt I could sense the treasure behind this door. Looks like we've already hit the jackpot. Let's go talk to the others. Oh yeah, because I'm very definitely sure that this dungeon is super simple just to get through, and nothing else will happen, right?
The effects of cognition.
Okay, well at least that's been identified. But we can't go in there even still. Anyway, before we do anything else,
hey!
Let's grab a map. That'll definitely help us out, and silence that annoying sound. Anyway, what do you got on? One of the VIPs used to belong to nobility? Yes, that must be why he can enter the sacred place. I hear he's not easily seen either. But why would someone of his stature always be by the poolside? Well, he must like it there for some reason, but I don't think it's the swimming. Ha 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 ha.
Hey!
Beyond this door is the VIP area, and the main assembly hall is a sacred place. It looks like we can't get in unless Shido accepts us.
It's somewhere.
Let's grab a couple of items first, while poking around for our allies. So there's Ryuji. Oh, you have the elegance and refinement so sorely lacking in ordinary citizenry. My, such flattery. A high-class aura emanates from you as well. So you noticed, ha ha ha. Most certainly, ha 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 ha. Hey, these guys totally ignore me when I try to talk to them. Do I look like I don't got any money? Is it because of the skull mask or something? Okay, so you have nothing. Which I suppose isn't completely unsurprising, but you know. You're some kind of sadist for making me get info from complete strangers, Joker. But I'll do it. I'm going to avenge my mom. You're not actually doing... Oh, never mind. I'm not entirely sure how to speak to people here. I either remained silent or spoke in simple pleasantries during Father's business relations. Wow. So like one person's found out something. Alright, what about you? My, even Mr. Ue is a VIP. I just saw him at the restaurant. To think an important politician like him has been invited here. Well, support from the political world would mean mental shutdowns are as viable as ever. Aha, I'm quite envious. I wonder if there's a way I could get to know him better myself. Haha, if you wish. Hearing people speak so casually about the mental shutdown business makes my head spin. but it seems as though we'll need certification from 5 VIPs to become special customer. These people are willing to share everything, and perhaps it's because their faces are hidden? That's almost everyone's info, but I'm still missing a couple of people's. We could go upstairs, but let's see what's in the hallway first. So that is the president of a TV station. Indeed, Mr. Shido has quite the large circle of acquaintances. It seems you have to be at least that important to be considered a VIP. I'm truly envious. Why don't you go play with the slots with him? That might get his attention.
Indeed.
It appears these people all want to be accepted as one of Shido's special customers. By the way, I've gained some information on the VIPs we should discuss later.
Well then.
You've gathered a good amount of info. We might want to regroup and go over it all now. How did it go for all of you? Not great, but not bad either.
Well,
I was able to get a bit of intel as well. We should sort through what all of us gained for now. Well, I took a look at the map we obtained earlier and found what appears to be a safe room. Right here.
Whoa!
Ooh, it's close. Perfect. Let's go over our intel there.
Joker!
Yeah. You know, the safe room. The one that I've been trying to get into for a very long time that ooh, a piece of treasure.
Treasure chest spotted! Let's...
Yoink! Okay, now we go to the safe room.
Still, this is a surprise. All the cognitive guests in this palace seem like real humans. The casino earlier looked pretty real too, but talking with these guests was a whole nother story.
You have that right.
This ruler's observational skills and insight are off the charts. Shido's a formidable foe.
Come on, no need to freak out.
I'm not freaking out. I was just thinking it'll be easier to make a plan since they can talk normally. Alright, let's put together the information we gathered.
Huh. Gotcha.
We gotta get a letter of introduction from the 5 VIPs. And those letters become the key cards?
You're right.
Exactly. Now let's go over what all of us have learned. First, according to my intel, one of the VIPs is an influential politician by the name of Oe. He's supposedly seen at the restaurant at night and sits at a table near the window. I'll go next. I heard about a prominent VIP who used to be nobility. They say he's usually by the pool.
Please hear me out.
Next is my intelligence. It seems the president of a television station is also a VIP. He always plays slots at night. It would seem he spends his money quite lavishly. Crap, I'm starting to forget people already.
Hey, listen.
Next is my turn. For real? Even you got info? Of course. I eavesdropped. Supposedly one of the VIPs is the president of an IT company. He's always in his room and reportedly enters from an exclusive hallway.
Listen up.
Well then, I'll close this out. How the hell did you get info with your looks? It seems like some guy they call the Cleaner is another VIP. I've heard that he's cautious, so it's probably best if we check the other VIPs first. Cleaner? I wonder what they mean by that. Wait a minute. After all the VIPs we listed, this one's a cleaner? Is he really a VIP? Supposedly. I'm sorry, I couldn't get any information. Me neither, so don't worry about it, okay? Let's just work harder during the battle. You're right, I'll do my best. But there's a bigger problem, you know. My memory's, not so great. Anyways, who was who?
It's no use. I can't keep the profiles of 5 people straight in my head.
I can only remember about 2 of them. What about you, Joker? Really? Wow!
We're up against 5 people. The politician Oe, a former noble, a TV station president, an IT company president, and a cleaner. We get certification from them and obtain letters of introduction that'll serve as keycards. But only go for the cleaner after the other 4 have been dealt with, right?
Whoa, now that's impressive! You go, genius!
If we can't remember the details on the VIPs, let's reconvene inside a safe room.
Alright, let's get this done quickly. Hey!
We know how to get into the main assembly hall now. Should we head home? Huh? You want to go back already? These are people in here with special letters. That means Shido trusts them to a certain extent. it would be best to consider them as powerful individuals. We do not want... Excuse me. We do not want to get too hasty. Let us take our time here.
Well...
I guess we do have a little time to spare. Well then, let's head back for today. Yeah, so that's all you can really do inside Shido's palace on this particular day, so let's head on out of the palace.
It's me. Sorry, I know you're tired. It'll be a sec, just hear me out. I've decided what I want to do with Shido after going into his palace. We can't let him run free. If there's a heart we gotta steal, it's definitely gotta be his. Yeah. Man, you knew this whole time, huh? I want to avenge you, that's a no-brainer, but that's not it. If we let him run the country, the weak will be totally effed. Isn't it our duty to protect them? Remember when I told you that heroes who lurk in the shadows are boring? Well, forget what I said. Those heroes are way cooler. Hey, once we change Shido's heart... no, never mind. Forget it. Let's do it. Let's steal that bastard Shido's heart. I'll do everything I can to make it happen. Thanks for listening to me. See ya.
I'm a shapeshifter. What else should I be? Please don't take...
Hey, are you sure it's okay for him to be down here working right now? I mean, wouldn't it be bad if a Shujin student walked in and saw him?
Don't worry about it.
Welcome. What did I just say?
Nah, still fine.
Senpai? You're not like a stunt double or something, right? Same to you. Wait, that's not my point.
Well, are you pleased? I'm the one who set this up. A little surprise from me to you. I asked Futaba to do me a favor.
And I asked Ryuji to pass the message along to Kasumi.
I knew you'd be wiped out for a while, so I made sure to give you time to recover first.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm just so happy.
No one cares about my scheme?
Well, it looks like you know what's been going on with him. Take a seat, why don't you? No reason to stand around. I'm going out for a bit to grab some groceries. I'll let you all get caught up with each other.
So you're Yoshizawa-san, right? Well, what's up? It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yes, nice to meet you as well, Sakura-san.
Could you at least figure out whether to be polite or casual?
Shut up! Don't you underestimate my people anxiety. Mona tells me that you helped him out in that palace a while back. We are awfully grateful for that.
Oh no, it was my pleasure. He's usually the one who helps me out. Not only that, I'd promised to repay his kindness to me, no matter what.
What a refined response. Are we really around the same age?
You know, there's something I've wanted to ask you, Yoshizawa. Why were you in that palace in the first place?
That's... I was wondering that too. Of course, I'm extra grateful that you saved our leader, but if our plan had somehow leaked, then we need to change our tactics from here on out.
It all started about a week ago, when we had lunch together on the roof of the school.
But that day's when...
I got the feeling that something big was going to take place that day, so... I'm so sorry. I was actually following you the entire time.
Wait, we were tailed there?
We definitely had no idea about that. It's like night and day compared to when Makoto was following us.
I've been considering for a while now. Perhaps I should be fighting alongside you if I have special powers like yours, Senpai. I wondered if an outsider like myself should even get involved. But I couldn't just stand back and do nothing. It was nothing compared to how much you've done for me in the past. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not done here yet, are you? Then perhaps I ought to lend you a hand.
Well, we could definitely use the additional firepower, but...
Senpai? Well, you say that, but...
Honestly, we have no idea what risks you would face. Our enemy this time is more dangerous than anyone else so far. Also, we pretty much brought this entire mess down upon ourselves, so... This is on us. We're delighted by the offer, but we really can't drag you into this any further. Moreover, you have something to do yourself, right?
I believe I'd be acting selfishly if I were to press any further. Very well. I understand your reasoning. If that's the situation, then I'll wait for you to return. But you have to promise me this. You'll come back safe no matter what. I don't ever want to feel as horrible as I did when I thought you... I really do believe you. It's time I get going. I've got practice today, as usual. Well, be seeing you.
And with that, our mission to change Shido's heart has finally begun. Ahem. And with that, our mission to change Shido's heart has begun. Now, unlike the previous one, we can actually send out the calling card on whatever day we want. We don't have to specifically wait for any sort of period of time or anything like that. We're done with that sort of... That's a lie! But, yeah, we don't have any, like, specific deadline date or anything like that. We're free to take things as we will. Also, we don't have to change Shido's cognition at all. There's no roadblock in this palace, which means you can go from start to finish all in a single day. That being said, this is by far the longest palace in the game. Doing it all in one day will take a lot of time, and it will burn your resources down. So make sure that you've got a plentiful heaping helping of supplies in order to make sure that this goes swimmingly. If you need to, you can also spend time doing confidants instead to just build up your abilities and resources and things like that, and then go in at a later time. That being said, I'm in a very good position to just do the infiltration right now, so I'm going to. But before I do that, I want to do a mementos dive, because we've got quite a lot of requests that, well, not a lot of requests that need doing, but I've got a couple of requests that confidants need doing. I've got a request that confidants need doing. So I want to take care of that. I want to get to the bottom of mementos, since we're actually getting pretty close to that. And then from there on, we will proceed with the infiltration next time on Let's Play Persona 5 Royal. See you guys then!